Hey guys, how are you? Day 23, T28 challenge. We want to talk about the best supplements for stress. A lot of people will come to me and they say, hey, what's the best supplement for this symptom? I always say, before you start to bail out your boat with all kinds of supplements, the first thing you really have to do is you have to plug the holes in the boat. If you're really on point with your nutrition, your exercise, the health of your spine, non-toxic type lifestyle, you're not going to have as much of a need for supplements. However, I will say that most people, or a majority, their lifestyle isn't perfect. The thing with supplements is I always tell people first, hey, work on fixing the lifestyle first, and then we can start adding some supplements to help you get better faster. Let's talk about stress just a little bit. Most people are stressed, and it's not just mental stress. There's other sources of stress too. So you have mental stress. You also have chemical stress, things like toxicity, inflammatory food, food intolerance, food allergies. You also have physical stress too. So you have inflammation created by exercise. Some people actually over-exercise. You also have physical stressors, especially on the spine and the nerve system. And the reason why is this. If you have a portion of the spine that's not moving the way that it's supposed to, that it's stuck or it's deteriorating, degenerating, what happens with that is that tends to stress the brain out too. Abundance of your proprioception, what's known as joint awareness, that communicates back to the brain to tell the brain where everything is at in space, actually is communicated through the spine. So if you have areas that aren't moving the way that it's supposed to, it stops giving the proprioception back to the brain, and the brain does not like that at all. It stresses out the brain because the brain is constantly getting an incomplete picture of your reality. Here's the thing with the best supplements for stress. The body doesn't make mistakes. You do. That's 100% correct. If you can come from that type of mindset, then it makes it a whole heck of a lot easier to figure out what's wrong with you. If my body has any kind of stress, chemical, physical, mental, what has to happen first is my body is always going to choose survival over thriving. And survival is going to be like making cortisol and making adrenaline predominate over anything else, because those are your primary, hey, let's keep you surviving, let's get you out of this crisis, get you out of this emergency. So the body is always going to take its resources and divert it into helping you get out of the crisis or the emergency first. It's always going to happen. Secondarily are things like growth, healing, repair, a reproduction. Those are always going to come secondary. So if you're constantly being stressed, you're always going to be making and using your body's resources for cortisol and norepinephrine, epinephrine, or adrenaline. There's some things that you can do foundationally to help you with this. Foundationally, I would always say this, that when you are stressed, you're going to be, number one, B vitamin deficient. B vitamins are used in adrenaline. B vitamins are also needed in order to make things like serotonin. And then number two, these are just foundational, omega-3 fatty acids. So EPA, DHA, really important. And I actually recommend women taking 2 grams, and I talk about this in the book, men taking 2.5 up to 3 grams. Not only that, they're hugely anti-inflammatory, which are going to be good too. So, taking a quality methylated B vitamin and also taking EPA, DHA is going to help with this. Now it comes down to, hey, when I'm stressed, what kind of stress do I have? And this is where testing actually comes in. So you have your tired and wired type of person, which is going to be you're undergoing kind of acute chronic stress. So tired and wired, you're going to have a high amount of cortisol inside of your body. A couple of things that you can do to help. Number one, ashwagandha. So ashwagandha actually clinically has been shown to reduce your cortisol levels by 25 to 30%. So this is one of the things that once you start fixing your lifestyle, this is going to help speed up the process of bailing it out. So ashwagandha, in which I actually take that every single day. Now, another one too that people have some issues with when they are undergoing this tired and wired is they have some problems with shutting their brain off, specifically at night. So they may have a hard time falling asleep. They may have a hard time staying asleep. A couple of things that you can actually take to help with sleep and also help shut your brain off. One of them is known as GABA, gamma aminobutyric acid, and this actually helps to shut the brain off at night. Another one is going to be 5-HTP. 5-HTP, 5-hydroxytryptophan, is a precursor to serotonin, and this is actually helps the body start to naturally make more serotonin. Now, serotonin obviously is the happy hormone, but serotonin is also the hormone that helps you stay asleep at night. And this is why when people are depressed, why they also tend to wake up many times during the night. Now, there's another one too, and this is CBD oil. So CBD oil helps to calm down the central nervous system, especially when you are having this chronic stress response that tends to get embedded into the central nervous system. What about people who are just tired? This is known as adrenal fatigue or adrenal collapse, or adrenal glands have just been pumping out so much cortisol they can't even keep up anymore. Take those foundational supplements, omega-3 fatty acids, B complex, but you actually handle this a little bit different. So these people also need 5-HTP, just like we talked about, but they also need something that's different. Instead of GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, they need something to help with repair of their adrenal glands, and this would be tyrosine. So tyrosine is an amino acid, and this helps with allowing the adrenal glands to start making more cortisol, because the body has been pumping out so much that the adrenal glands get fatigued. Obviously, you have to plug the holes before you start bailing out the boat. Supplements are bailing out the boat, and obviously if you don't plug the holes, you're going to be just pumping supplements into you, and they may help a little bit, but overall they're not going to get you over the edge. So these are some of the best supplements for stress. Day 23 today. Day 24. We're coming to the last few days of the T28 challenge. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.